Have you ever had people ask if you're a lesbian or a homosexual person? Have you had people question your sexuality or whether you're interested in one sex or the other? Has it ever made you question yourself or what you want and wonder, am I? Is this what I'm about? In this day and age, we have a lot of people who are opinionated about our sexual choices, our sexual preferences, our sexual orientation, and all of these things, in my opinion, are technically private, and it's not necessary for anyone else to know what you prefer or who you would rather spend your time with. It also leads to a lot of shame, stereotyping, and making people feel as though they need to be a certain way in order to have the relationships that they want. And that is unhealthy and unproductive because it's not anyone else's job to tell other people how they should live their lives. And it creates so much unnecessary drama as we try to find our place in a world where things are already challenging as is, and we don't need to add something that is about my privates into the conversation. I'm Latia, and I enjoy diving into sex, sexuality, confidence, shame, attraction, all sorts of things that can help us live empowered lives and take control of our narratives. I bring this up because I've had a few people have conversations with me where it sounds like they think I'm a lesbian, they think I'm like a lot of people have thought I'm a lesbian, or I'm a masculine woman. So one of the most recent experiences I had with this, I was in Budapest for pole camp, and there were not very many men in our group. One guy looked like he was dating someone else. There was another guy who was flirting with a couple of people and had his own little love triangle going down. And then there was another guy, and just a little bit too goofy and like weird for my taste, like fun to play with, like dance with, but not necessarily fun to like connect with on a deeper level. Not his fault, like just not my cup of tea. And there were a bunch of women, and a lot of them were beautiful and very attractive. And there was one in particular, and we were talking, and she was going through a loss at the time. And so for me, when I know that someone's dealing with difficult emotions, I don't want to be the person who's going to be sad with you. I will be understanding. I will let you know I am here for you. I don't know what you need, but I just want you to really enjoy yourself and take care of yourself for now, because it's easy to feel like you're alone in those moments, especially when, even if you're with friends, you don't always want to tell people that you're close to because they might see you differently. They might, stop having fun and you'll feel like you're a burden or something like that. And I just tend to be someone that people share things with. And so for me, I'm like, well, I can't do much for you, but I can honor that you're a beautiful woman, you're super strong, and it's fun to spend time with you. And if you're willing, I play with you, like sexual play. Because why not? She's gorgeous, and she probably just wanted comfort and loving. And so I'm like, I can give it to you. I am not ashamed to give love to a woman, because women are beautiful. They have gorgeous bodies. Their bodies are magical. It's like, how in the world do these like tiny women all of a sudden have these big bellies and babies in them? It's like, what? And then you meet someone and it's like, I've had 8 kids, and it's just like, what? I can't believe it. Why did you go back for more? What happened? Like, you survived? You had more? Like, what is this whole birthing process? I also have weird, like, baby anxiety, like birthing baby anxiety. I'm like, being pregnant sounds cool. Having a kid has moments where it sounds cool, but the whole like birthing process is just like, I don't even know. So I was hanging out with her and having fun, just kind of being flirty and just enjoying myself, because I'm like, it's a beautiful group of people. Let's just have fun. Who cares? And there was one lady in the group in particular, and she was just like, I see you and you're a lesbian. You're definitely a lesbian. You're either straight or you're gay, and you're a lesbian. And my sister was with me, and I'm just like, that bothered me. And it stuck with me for a few days because I was just like, why would she tell me I'm a lesbian? Who is she to tell me what my sexual preferences are? I'm also like, you're looking at me in a moment in time where the only attractive people in our group are women. Like the men, they were okay, but they're not necessarily like, I'm gonna throw myself at you. Like I have very high standards for the men that I will throw myself at, and I don't even throw myself at those men. They end up like chasing me, and it's great. But it's really like, out of this group of people, I am more attracted to the women than I am the men, and I'm not gonna act like I'm not. If you would see me in a different environment, like maybe not Budapest, Hungary, where there are guys that I'm attracted to and are attracted to me, then you'd see me flirt with guys. Like I went on Tinder dates while I was there and met guys. I stayed with the guy for a little bit and we had like a fun moment, but I don't think he had condoms, and I was just like, I'm not playing that game. I don't know you. I value my body and my safety and my health, and I am not trying to take a baby back with me. And it was also like a moment in time where it's like, you're taking this one moment and judging who I am without letting me tell you who I am. And I don't like when people do that, because I've had a few people ask me if I'm a lesbian, and in those moments, it's just like, I don't know what's making you think that I'm a lesbian, but cool. And even my mom has made comments where she's like, don't hang out with lesbians, they'll turn you out and make you gay. If you marry a woman, I will love you, but I will not be at your wedding. And I'm just like, Mom, why did you say those things? And she was like, oh, I said that? And I'm just like, Mom, really? Like, you've been saying really weird casual remarks like this at least 3 distinct moments over the last, like, since I was in high school. That doesn't sound like something you just say off the top of your head. Like, oh, you seem like you might be a lesbian, child. Like, I don't know. Why would that doesn't even, I was just, my mom. Anyways, so my mom has questioned me. This lady was telling me I was a lesbian. I've had guys ask me if I was lesbian. One guy, when I was in Georgia for school, he was like, it was a very short conversation, and I remember having goals or something. He was like, you have goals? That's real masculine of you. And I was just like, okay, cool. Very masculine of me. I'm down with it. I'm a masculine, feminine woman. Like, I have all of the traits within me, and I can be whatever I want to be in whatever moment, because I don't have to define myself based on gender roles. Masculine and feminine are just like terms. Like, they can define how you are. It's an adjective. I don't care if you think I'm masculine. I don't care if you think I'm feminine. I'm a mixture of the two, and whatever the moment dictates, I can play with and have fun in. So my sister was with me, and she could tell, like, it was really bothering me. And she was like, you know what? You're just kind of a flirt in a way that is not, like, it's just kind of like sexual, like you're attracted to people. She's like, I tend to be kind of like flirty nice, and a lot of people get me confused for being like flirtatious, but it's like, I'm married and I have a husband, and no, I don't want to date you. I'm just being nice. And she's like, you're nice like that, but like on a different level. And I'm like, I mean, I'm an artist. I draw naked women, and their bodies are fun to draw. Their bodies are fun in general. Like, my body is a lot of fun. I enjoy touching myself. Like, it could be like from rubbing my legs or my butt or my boobs or my neck or whatever. It's fun to be a woman. Like, we get the best bodies. And I mean, I will not date a woman. I don't want to date a woman. I am willing to have sexual fun with a woman. I do not want a girlfriend. I do not want a wife. And I do not want a girlfriend or wife because I have enough crazy of my own. I am not trying to bring someone else's crazy into my life. Not to that level. Men are crazy too, but their crazy is in a different way. And it's a way that I would like, because they have penises to make up for it. So it's like, you know, this man has a lot of baggage, but we have lots of fun in other ways. And it's great, and it works. For me, it would be a balanced dynamic, especially if he's more like masculine in the moment to my, I'm thinking in 5 different spaces at once, and I don't know where I'm at, and I'm like on a tangent. And for me, like, women are great friends when they know how to be friends. But even in some of my friendships with women, they are so possessive and insecure. It's like, why would I want to date you? You treat me like I'm your boyfriend and I'm just your roommate or your friend or like someone who barely knows you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you take too much energy. And with men, it's like they are amazing for hugging and support and picking up and carrying and all that good stuff. And like their bodies can be great to look at, aesthetically pleasing if they take care of themselves, which a lot of people don't, and that's a thing. But like women, it's like you don't even have to be like super fit or in shape and you still look amazing. It's like the curves and softness just work and look divine and delightful, and there's the magic of being a woman. With men, like I drew one man and he had a great body, super fit, athletic, and the pictures I drew, it was just like, I cannot get this man's body together. It's so difficult because they're like so angular, and it's like you have to be very precise to make a man look good in picture. Whereas with women, it's like you can kind of just like pew, 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 curve, yeah. And it just looks great. It's so much easier, a lot less thinking involved. And that's why I like it, and their bodies are just amazing. And I don't think people try to sexualize women. I feel like it's just because there's an inherent magic to being a portal of life. You can create a baby if you're a woman. You have a womb. You have like clit, ovaries, like all the things that like each month you are shedding an egg. You are literally the embodiment of the life cycle within your womb space. What? That is incredible. Like, how can you not find that fascinating? So the way I deal with things like that is like, definitely I'm emotional, so it hurts my feelings at first, and I'm like, wow, that's rude. I cannot believe you would tell me that. And then there are those moments where it's like I like vent about it a lot. So my sister was like, girl, get over it. And I'm like, I'm not ready yet. Just let me stew in it a little bit longer and then I'll be ready. And then after, it's like just realizing and owning, yeah, I have tendencies that people would say are like lesbian in nature, or I'm homosexual or things like that. And I don't have to let them define me, because I've had experiences playing with women and it's fun, and I am okay with leaving it at playtime in the bedroom and nowhere else. I am not trying to date a woman or anything like that. And I think the idea of an all-women threesome sounds fun. I think it's cool. Why? Because it's something that's weird and unusual and unique, and an experience where it's like all women's energy intertwining with one another just for fun and experiencing pleasure. Magical, because we all know each other's bodies. We have like little tips and tricks we could add to the mix. And when women like connect with one another, there is power present. So to be in an all-women experience like that, for me, I think would be like fun to explore and play with, because it's like a cauldron of powerful pussy magic and intention. Whereas like I'm also open to having a threesome with like a guy and two women, or two men and me potentially. That one I actually have to like slow down and like really think about before I'm fully open to it, because I'm like, sometimes one dingling is enough. I don't know if I can handle two of them. That seems like a lot of overwhelm, but who knows? I might get there one day. It's all about play and fun, and not having shame in who you are and what you want and your preferences. So I know I'm a straight woman who is open to playing with women sexually, and I will not date a woman. I don't have the desire to, unless she's like, I don't know, a surprise and just, whoa, you blew my mind, and oh my gosh, we're dating. I didn't realize this was a thing. But I don't have the intention of dating a woman, and if I were to start dating one, I'd probably dump her, or end it, or whatever. I don't know. But it is no one's job to define you, your preferences, what you like, or tell you who you are. And if they do, I get that it hurts and it's frustrating, and all we can do is keep doing us, because if you feel it's necessary to tell me who I am, clearly you're not the type of person who's willing to learn and explore that there are depths to me that you wouldn't understand. Because if we're going to go into experiences in history, I've been with lots of men, and they're fun, and I enjoy them. And I've been with very few women. Like, technically, probably one or two. Like, less than 5 for sure. Yeah, there are like moments, but like, they're mostly moments. There's nothing that's been like continuous or ongoing or develop. And even my friendships with women, like I have like one female best friend and I haven't talked to her since I was in San Francisco. I don't even remember why I was in San Francisco. I was in San Francisco for some reason within the last year. Pole competition. That's what it was. I was there to watch a pole competition. And we ended up going to dinner on the last night with one of our mutual friends before I flew out of the airport. And that was before April, and I haven't really heard from her much since, but I love her and she's amazing. And I know who I am, and I'm willing to stand up for myself and like question people or tell them who I am, because I'm like, I'm not. I told her that, and I was still bothered just because like the audacity of some people to think that they have the right to tell other people how to live their lives. Just because you think the only options are gay or straight, that's a personal problem. That has nothing to do with me or my life choices, because I believe that I can be whatever I say I am. If I want to say I'm a transgender man sometimes, then I am. If I want to be a cisgender woman, then I am. If whatever you want to be, you can be. It like they're just words, like they do have meanings, but it's like, you know, what is your truth? Own it. And even if you're just knowing it for yourself and for those people that are close enough to you to get the full truth of who you are, that is perfectly fine. There is no one who needs your truth unless you're going into an intimate relationship with them. And then it's like, okay, like if we're going to do this, I want you to like full cards on table. Like this is what I'm dealing with and these are my challenges, because it's going to show up in that relationship and encounter. So you might as well be empowered and let them know in advance instead of surprising them with something that they're like, oh wow, I didn't realize. So let's be true to ourselves, own our truth, own our narratives, and just be who we are, because at the end of the day, no one can tell you who you are, and if they try to without your express consent, they're jerks. Like, even if they're beautiful and loving and fun, it's like their opinion doesn't count for anything, because opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has them, and they're full of crap a lot of the times. They're not usually gold. See you next time.